Satin Angora rabbits have a commercial body type, with their sides having a slight taper from the hindquarters to the shoulders. They have relatively plain ears that can sometimes be slightly tufted, and their oval head has a broad forehead and a slightly narrower muzzle. The Satin Angora rabbit is often used as a fiber animal, which means they are bred to shave their coat, a process that doesn't cause any discomfort. In order to take their coat, breeders brush the rabbit often or clip its thick coat using a pair of sharp scissors, which does not cause it any pain. Like human hair, it always grows back. Although they are mostly used for this purpose, it is certainly not uncommon to have an Angora rabbit as a house pet, as they are very sociable, affectionate rabbits who love to cuddle with people and play with their own toys. Satin Angora rabbit breed history. The Satin Angora rabbit can trace its lineage to famous breeder John C. Fair, who first created the satinized Angora back in 1930, but gave up on the project because he thought their fur was weak. 50 years later, a Dutch woman living in Ontario, Canada named Leopoldina Meyer was shown a copper satin doe that had a long, woolly coat. Enchanted with its fur, she paired it with a French Angora, and the result was a kindling of Satin Angoras. Coat. Satin Angora rabbits can have white, gray, brown, or tan fur, or a combination of these colors. A Satin Angora's fur is their pride and joy. Their wool is finer, softer, and silkier than other Angora rabbits. The reason their fur looks like satin is due to a recessive gene that causes the casing around the pigment in each hair to be translucent rather than opaque, like most fur. This gives their coat a distinctive sheen or luster. This gene also causes the diameter of each strand of hair to be smaller than normal wool. This means that this rabbit also produces some of the finest wool of any other rabbit breed. The Satin Angora rabbit can have white, gray, brown, or tan fur, or a combination of these colors. Health. Satin Angoras are generally happy bunnies that are incredibly friendly with everyone they meet. The number one health issue when it comes to Angora rabbits is wool block. Because rabbits groom themselves like cats, they end up ingesting loose fur that their tongues pick up. However, cats get rid of this loose fur by throwing up hairballs, and unfortunately, rabbits cannot do that. Angoras are particularly susceptible to this because their fur is so thick. When their bellies are full of their own fur, they feel too full to eat, and if left untreated, this causes them to starve themselves to death. The best way to make sure this doesn't happen is to regularly brush their fur and always be aware if your rabbit is eating and drinking enough during the day, because if they aren't, it could be a symptom of wool block. Other health issues that Angoras are at risk for include ear mites, rabbit hemorrhagic disease, snuffles, coccidiosis, enteritis, fly strike, and myxomatosis. Be sure to keep a block of wood near your rabbit's cage, as they need to gnaw something in order to keep their teeth from growing too long. Care requirements. Depending on how thick and long your Satin Angora's fur is, combing them with a slicker brush once or twice a week should be sufficient to keep it mat-free. Make sure you have a bag near to take the clumps of fur off the brush and resume brushing. You may have to do this a few times. Due to their thick, dense fur, Angoras generally do well even in cold temperatures. Should you keep an outdoor enclosure, be sure to install plastic or wooden walls on 3 sides of the enclosure to keep the draft out. Don't keep your Angora out when the temperature is too hot if your enclosure does not have a way to keep them ventilated. A large wire cage that keeps them off their soiled bedding should be sufficient to keep your bunny happy. Their diets should consist of 4 to 8 ounces of daily pellets, depending on their weight and age, as well as a handful of hay for their daily intake of fiber. To help digestion, feel free to add a tablespoon of sunflower seeds to their pellets, and always make sure your rabbit has fresh water at all times. Your Satin Angora rabbit would benefit from daily outdoor activity time to soak up some much-needed sun and to stretch out their muscles, of course. Always remember to always watch your rabbit whenever young children are involved. Get your Satin Angora rabbit spayed or neutered. If you do not plan on breeding your Satin Angora rabbit, then get your rabbit spayed or neutered at about 4 to 6 months old. Spaying and neutering your rabbit will prevent unwanted pregnancies, and it also offers some health benefits. Not spaying or neutering can lead to hormonal behaviors, like fighting and urine spraying. Unspayed female rabbits also have a higher risk of getting uterine cancer. Inspect your Satin Angora rabbit's teeth. Your Satin Angora rabbit's teeth will never stop growing, so she has to chew to wear them down. If your rabbit's teeth seem to be getting long, then take her to your veterinarian for a tooth trim. Do not try to trim your rabbit's teeth on your own. Rabbit teeth can crack, which may lead to an abscess or other serious dental issues for your rabbit. Give certain foods to your Satin Angora rabbit only in small amounts. There are some foods that can be hard for your Satin Angora rabbit to digest, causing her to bloat or have diarrhea. Feeding them to her only in small amounts, rather than making them staple foods, can help avoid these issues. These foods including broccoli, Brussels sprouts, spinach, corn, unhulled seeds, cabbage, and cauliflower. Make your Satin Angora rabbit an indoor pet. Rabbits kept outdoors are more likely to die early from a variety of causes. Rabbits are vulnerable to overheating, hypothermia, attacks from predators, and loneliness. Protect your Satin Angora rabbit from these threats by keeping her indoors at all times. Rabbits may even have heart attacks from fear if they spot a predator. Outdoor rabbits can become aggressive or fearful, and this will make your rabbit into a poor pet. Play with your Satin Angora rabbit every day. Satin Angora rabbits need regular exercise to stay healthy. Provide at least 2 hours of exercise for your Satin Angora rabbit every day by letting her spend some time outside of her cage. Try using baby gates to confine your Satin Angora rabbit to one room, such as the living room or a bedroom. Make sure that you watch your other pets around your rabbit to make sure that they do not try to hurt her. Teach your children how to be gentle with the rabbit as well. Cover up electrical cords. Satin Angora rabbits will chew on almost anything that they can, including electrical cords. Allowing your rabbit to chew on electrical cords may kill your rabbit and ruin your electronics as well, so it is important to cover up or put up cords when your rabbit is out of her cage. Cover up electrical cords with plastic tubing or spiral wrap, or keep cords off of the ground. Prevent your rabbit from chewing on walls and furniture. You will need to watch your Satin Angora rabbit closely to ensure that he does not chew on these things when he is out of his cage. Your Satin Angora rabbit may also chew on rugs, carpets, or wallpaper. Watch your Satin Angora rabbit closely when he is out of his cage. If you see him chewing on something that is off limits, don't try to discipline him. He will not understand, and you may cause him to become fearful of people. Instead, pick up your rabbit and place him near an acceptable chewing object, such as a roll of cardboard tubing. Temperament. Angoras, whether they are giant, English, French, or satin, are docile creatures that have no problem being handled. Satin Angoras in particular have been bred as fiber animals, and so they are tolerant of stroking and grooming. The Satin Angora rabbit does well with other rabbits and also enjoys human attention. Should you have an indoor Angora, their temperament is comparable to a well-mannered cat. They will nap in any little corner of your home and will greet you at their cage door to be petted. They are also known to be little clowns and enjoy the occasional toy such as a ball, piece of softwood, or even a pine cone. Angoras are generally happy bunnies that are incredibly friendly with everyone they meet, even strangers. They love to go outside to run and hop around, so having a backyard where they can get some sunshine is definitely a requirement. When they're indoors, they'll be the quiet, cuddly companion you've always wanted. If you enjoyed this video, kindly press the like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe with notifications on, so that you don't miss out on videos like this. Thank you for watching.